Good evening. The news for this Friday, 28th of April. The two suspects who have been arrested on suspicion of money laundering have been further remanded in custody until Wednesday next week. The two, a 48-year-old businessman from Beauvallon and a 23-year-old man from Cascade, appeared before Justice Bracel Adeline today. The judge will decide on Wednesday whether to prolong their detention or release them on bail as demanded by the defense lawyer. At today's sitting, the lawyer for the prosecution, Nissa Thompson, argued that they were dealing with a complicated case and more time is required for further investigation before bringing formal charges against the two men. Defense lawyer Basil Waro, who is representing both the men, strongly objected to the move. Mr. Waro said the affidavit submitted by the prosecution as reason to keep the men in police custody was without substance. Justice Adeline will give the final decision on Wednesday. Until then, the two men will therefore remain in police custody. The minister responsible for tourism, Sylvestre Radegon, met with the general managers of large hotels to discuss difficulties affecting the tourism industry. The General Managers Forum is a new initiative by the Tourism Department to make sure that the government and hotels share the same vision when it comes to the development of the country's tourism industry. The forum will be held once every 3 months. The well-being of hotel employees, especially the locals, the need for hotels to use and have more local products, and the safety of tourists, especially against theft, were amongst some of the issues discussed during the meeting. The hotel manager of the Doubletree by Hilton, Doreen de Letouzi, was one amongst the managers at the meeting.
Personally, I believe it's a very good meeting for the Minister of Tourism and the other collaborators, to all GMs of hotels, to meet in one place. So whatever we discuss, whatever topics, we discuss together, because at the end of the day, the ministers or whoever, when they're outside the hotel, they don't even know what's going on in the hotel. But we in the hotel, we know what's going on. So we can also inform the ministers what can work, what cannot work, and what are the issues, what is easy to be implemented and not. So it's a very good platform.
Representatives of different civil society organizations and non-governmental organizations met with representatives of the African Development Bank for the first time. The open day was organized by the Citizens Engagement Platform CEPS in collaboration with the African Development Bank. The aim of the meeting was to inform the organizations of the role they play in holding the government accountable and ensuring that government projects are bringing benefits to their communities. The Director General for the East African Region Development and Business Delivery Office in the African Development Bank, Nina Nwabofo, says the bank has 9 ongoing projects with the government of Seychelles.
Civil society organizations, we've realized, they're an independent voice. Apart from the voice of government, they're the voice of the citizens, they're the voice of the communities. So, and in development work over time, gone are the days when development was just between partners and governments. Whatever development we have in any country is for the benefit of the citizens. And even the people in government are part of citizens. So our engagement with civil society organizations is really to hear from their perspective whether our development efforts are really meeting their needs. Sometimes it provides an opportunity for these organizations to also let us know what it is that the government may be doing that is not in their favor.
The African Development Bank is currently supporting the government of Seychelles with 9 ongoing projects. This includes the renovation of the Lagog Dam. Today, representatives of the African Development Bank visited the President, Wevon Kalawan, to discuss the progress of the projects. The Director General for Business and Development in the East African region, Nena Nwabufo, says that they are impressed with the progress the government has made to improve the country's economic situation.
Essentially, what I discussed with the president today is to congratulate him because I think Seychelles has done extremely well. When COVID came, times were hard for all countries, including Seychelles. Ourselves and other development partners, that we've all worked to support this government, and things are looking really, really good. First of all, the debt to GDP ratio, the government before COVID was trying very hard to bring it to 50%, and they were close to that. It dropped to about 90 when COVID came. Today, they have done very well. We are looking at it will even be somewhere about 60% by the end of this year, and the government is on a good trajectory to bring it down closer to 50%, which has always been their target.
There is a need to reintroduce catechism and gospel teaching in schools across the country. The suggestion was put forward by the new Mother Superior of Les Filles de Marie, or the Congregation of the Daughters of Mary. Sister Annie Rose Telma during discussions with President Wavell Mukalawan at State House yesterday. Sister Telma, who comes from La Réunion, was elected Mother Superior of the congregation last December, a congregation that has a presence in several countries, including Madagascar, Mauritius, Rodrigue, Tanzania, and Seychelles. A representative of Les Filles de Marie, Sister Roseline Larcher, also accompanied Sister Telma during the visit. Seychelles' newly accredited ambassador to the People's Republic of China, Anne Lafortune, has presented her credentials to President Xi Jinping in Beijing. Mrs. Lafortune was amongst a group of 70 new ambassadors who presented their credentials. During the ceremony, President Xi asked the ambassadors to convey his best wishes to their respective governments. He reiterated that China is ready to foster stronger ties of friendship and increase win-win cooperation with all countries. And with this, we end this news summary at 8. I'll be back with the news in Creole. Thank you for watching. Have a very pleasant evening.